Man, what's going
What's
on?
going on, great people?
Hey, so I've been trying to figure out who this Javier. I'm laughing at my wife because she said right before this. I'm trying to figure out who Javier Mele is. I've been seeing the whole thing about Javier Mele being the president of Argentina. Argentina being their economy is completely off the spectrum. Their currency is completely devalued, and they're saying Javier Mele is like the Trump of Argentina, and people love him or people hate him. So I'm gonna play this 2-minute clip, and it says, "Watch Tucker's head explodes when Javier Mele says what no politician would meant." And then again, Javier Mele only speaks Spanish, so you're gonna see it from the subtitles. And then I just need to read who this person is while y'all are watching us. I'm just curious to see who he is. So for my own education.
Estado no puede dar nada porque no produce nada.
As we covered yesterday, there is a new president in Argentina, Javier Mele. He is now the president of Argentina because they have had massive government growth, complete devaluation of their currency. They have had a creeping socialism for a long time, craziness with gender stuff and all of the woke stuff. And he has come in to absolutely obliterate it. And listen to him talking about why you must fight the socialists and the wokesters and the people who want that ever encroaching government, which is directly connected to what Elon just said.
Donald Trump is running for president again in the United States, as you know. What advice would you give him?
Que continúe con su lucha en contra del socialismo, porque es uno de los pocos que entendió cabalmente que la pelea es contra el socialismo, que la pelea es contra los estatistas, y comprendió perfectamente que la generación de riqueza proviene del sector privado. Es decir, el Estado no crea riqueza, el Estado la destruye. El Estado no puede dar nada porque no produce nada. Y cuando lo quiere hacer, además lo hace mal. Entonces, me parece que si yo, desde mi pequeño lugar, lo único que podría decirle es que redoble los esfuerzos en la misma dirección de defender las ideas de la libertad y de no darle tregua ni un solo segundo a los socialistas.
You get it? You get it? So the people of San Francisco, the people of California, they let it in. They let it spread. They didn't fight. Most of the people elected the very people who ushered it all in.
That's right.
Argentina, after 20 years of this nonsense, is pushing back. Donald Trump was pushing back. There are pockets, places like Florida, that are pushing back. You should be pushing back. And might I suggest that we all go a bit more on offense.
I wanted to talk about just getting to understand who Javier Mele is. So I'm reading this report. Get out of here, coach. I'm reading this report from Reuters, and it said, so can you read it, baby? I like your reading, Bella. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buenos Aires, November 19th, Reuters. When Argentina libertarian Javier Milei, I guess that's how you say it, hopefully, announced his entry into politics in 2020 in a bid to blow up the system, few predicted that 3 years later, the wild-haired economist and former TV pundit could reach the presidency. Now he's pulled it off. So what question with when we just looked at Tucker, so I saw Tucker with earphones. Was somebody translating for him?
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
I was wondering.
They're translating for both of them.
Okay. Milei,
let me do these ads here.
Rallied against the thieves of the political elite, praised gangster Al Capone for his free market credentials, and on live TV smashed the piñata of the central bank, which he blames for contributing to Argentina's triple-digit inflation and intends to shut. The 53-year-old self-proclaimed anarcho-capitalist won a runoff election on Sunday against Peronist economy chief Sergio Massa. His combative stance a lightning rod for voter anger at the country's worst economic crisis in decades. Results showed Mele on around 56% of the vote and Massa on 44%. Massa conceded defeat in a speech. Mele's aggressive and theatrical style, from superhero costumes to welding a chainsaw to illustrate his plans to cut down the size of the state, has led some to compare him to Donald Trump in the United States, or I don't know how you pronounce that, Jair Bolsonaro,
Should I have read?
Bolsonaro of Brazil. But he is a unique product of Argentina, where an entire generation has grown up under an economy in a semi-permanent state of crisis. That has sharpened this year, with inflation heading towards 150%, a sliding currency, and rising poverty. Against that backdrop, Mele and his Liberty Advances coalition have seen a dramatic rise in support, especially among the young. His campaign on social media has helped by his colorful antics and quotes. He is the change that Argentina needs, said 28-year-old Mele voter Ayrton Ortiz at a rally in Buenos Aires ahead of the election. Chainsaws, dogs, and Thatcher. Mele's detractors point to his lack of experience in political office, his disheveled appearance with hair that could be described as unkept emo. I was looking at his hair too, by the way.
Yeah.
And his expletive-ridden tirades that have targeted political rivals and the Pope. If Javier combed his hair neatly, if Javier didn't get angry, would people even have invited him to speak? Diana Mondino, an economist on Mele's team who will likely be his foreign minister, told Reuters ahead of the vote. Mele appeared at dozens of campaign events wielding a chainsaw as a not-so-subtle symbol of the fiscal adjustments he plans to apply, or else carrying a giant $100 bill bearing his face to promote his proposal to dollarize the economy.
Yeah, because their dollar was not it.
In the U.S., comedian John Oliver dedicated a recent segment of his show to lampooning him, while former Fox News host Tucker Carlson came to Argentina for a more favorable interview. Mele himself embraces his maverick status. He has lambasted Argentine Pope Francis as a socialist, mocked late soccer icon Diego Maradona, and praised British former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Little loved in Argentina for her role in the 1982 Falklands War. He has a small circle of confidants, including his 51-year-old sister, Karina, who is now his campaign manager. And who the unmarried Mele quipped earlier this year could be his first lady. So what?
What?
Let's go back and read that again.
Yeah,
he has a small circle of confidants, including his 51-year-old sister, Karina, who is now his campaign manager and who the unmarried Mele quipped earlier this year could be his first lady.
How can your sister be your first lady? Isn't that the role of your wife? Oh,
unless the word first lady means something else
maybe it
over
does.
there. His other close companion was his dog Conan, who he paid $50,000 to clone after his death in 2017.
Say what now?
He now has at least 4 Mastiff dogs, Murray, Milton, Robert, and Lucas, named after liberal economists. Mele claims it was Conan contacting him through a medium.
Say what now?
Who gave him the mission to be president and says his dogs are the best strategists in the world.
Wait a minute. This is weird.
I am a mistake. Mele has the backing of the country's main conservative bloc, including their eliminated candidate Patricia Bullrich, that helped win key middle ground voters on Sunday, but could also put the reins on some of his most extreme plans. In terms of political logic, I am a mistake because what I have come to do is in fact stamp out the privileges of politicians. Mele told Reuters in an interview last year when his presidential ambitions were starting to gain momentum. I don't care who my rivals are on the ballot. I will beat them all. Mele also favors laxer gun controls and tighter rules on abortion. John Gonzalez, a journalist and author of a biography on Mele, El Loco, the crazy one, said ahead of the vote that the president-elect has stirred up excitement, but was a risky gamble. What are you doing? But was a risky gamble given the high inflation, state debris rising,
Debts.
state debts rising, and a recession looming. He's an unstable leader for an unstable country, he said.
Okay, we're gonna stop right there. So now but that's some weird stuff. Now
That
is very interesting. So they just like.
So that might be why some people are skeptic, because based off some of his practices. However,
Bruh said he became a medium from hearing Conan. Conan, wasn't that the dog?
he didn't say he became a medium.
No, I'm saying he got his information about he's gonna be president through a medium, through a psychic.
So
We're gonna lead with that. That's what we're gonna title this thing.
I feel like, that's a little sketchy.
That's a lot. It is to a level
It's
of
like a catch-22, because the way he sounds like he's going to help change the country based off some of his political views or some of his business views they're in need of that type of leadership. But on the flip side, is he going to be able to separate his religious practices and just lead? I mean, I don't know what that country believes, where they stand on, their faith base and any of that. But that's,
I don't know the level. I know that he's probably going to be a great benefit to the country, but I feel like also, I don't know, for some reason, just from reading that, they're going to have a great benefit, and they're going to have some new weird things added to their country. Because with the with that much power, and you already a wild man, what else things you're going to kind of add on? But I think I could see them getting their dollar back up, their currency back up. I could see it. I could see some things changing, because he's not for all that woke stuff. They're not, and that's what the conservative side really appreciates. He's for getting the money back up. He's anti-woke. The conservative side completely values that. That's why they call him like the Trump, because he's not a politician. They say he got wild hair and does wild things, so they compare him to Trump's side. But that's going to be very interesting to see what the progression or the things that happen in his term. And how long is a presidency term in Argentina, I wonder.
Right.
Is it standard 4, 8, or you can be president as long as you want to?
I don't know, but just what he's sounding and how he wants to truly attack some of their key issues is good for them.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you can see why some of them might be saying some of the
sketchy
things, about him is because of his practices and some of the beliefs that he may, have.
That's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But now I'm glad I know who Javier Mele is, because I didn't know. I just saw this guy on different posts on YouTube saying he became president. I was like, why are people so interested in who this guy is? So now I know. All right.
Yeah, this was good.
It is.
This is something else to zoom into.
But lead them to the water, baby. Yeah,
all right, great people. We appreciate your support. Don't forget to like this video. Keep coming back. We appreciate you. Check out other content that we have on the channel. If you're feeling it,
There's
come
probably
back,
one right here
subscribe,
and one right there.
and we'll see you in the next video.
We'll see y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.